Hello! Welcome to this segment where we're going to be interviewing some of our awesome members from our church. So, with me, I have Blue Angel Friend. And so, yeah, go ahead, introduce yourself and maybe tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. My username is Blue Angel Friend. My real name is Alicia. I work professionally as a massage therapist.
So
Uh,
nice. Can you give me a
yep,
massage someday?
someday,
Yeah,
sure.
that sounds
Yeah.
great.
Besides my job as a massage therapist, I like to game, and I like to crochet. I've crocheted many different types of things from like a little plushie
So cute.
and
Golden.
and blankets. Yeah, this one was fun because it was hard to do the little rivets on like the
Oh
wings.
yeah. Oh, that's so cool. And the thread
Yeah,
is like actually gold.
yeah, it's actually gold.
Not
So,
actually gold, but
well,
shiny,
yeah,
shiny
like
gold.
shiny, like gold.
That's so cool.
And I've made a lot of different like blankets. In fact, I made your daughter a
Yes.
blanket.
Yes. Here, let me show everyone. Okay, ready? This is the blanket that she made. Yeah, GodSquad Church logo. Woo! I actually don't know which way a stream will see it, not backwards. So I'm
Right?
showing both ways. But it's awesome. Bryn absolutely loves it. Here, Bryn. Ready? So yeah, when I was pregnant with Bryn here, she made this awesome blanket for her, and
Yeah,
now
I messaged Amanda about it and was like, "Hey, can I get the logo so that I could, get it into some kind of grid format and put it on a blanket and
so cute.
make it for SoulLux?" And she's like, "That sounds like a great
It
idea."
was the best gift to get something from someone in the church that's saying like, "Hey, congrats on your baby." It's like this homemade blanket. So you are awesome, and Bryn loves it. Yeah, she has an awesome Instagram. So if you just look for Blue Angel Friend on Instagram, you can see all the amazing creations that she
Yeah,
does.
I post everything there. Everything I've crocheted, pretty much I've posted there.
What kind of games do you like to play?
I mostly play like RPG games. I like to play a lot of games where I can be involved and play with other people. Either like League of Legends. I used to play World of Warcraft a lot when I was younger. Not so much now. Don't really get a whole lot of time to really play it with work and stuff. But there are a lot of other like RPG games that I've gotten into. Genshin Impact, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. Now, on League of Legends, you play support main?
yeah, I'm a support main.
Yes. And your favorite champion is?
Leona.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like to be able to be with someone and then dash in, stun them, and then we just go all out and kill them.
Get
Like,
them!
yeah, get them. They're
So,
stunned.
get that support. And then you also do some role playing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me a bit about that.
I role play with it's called GURPS. Um, you can do all different kinds of things. It's very similar to like D&D, except it can be more modernized and it's more space. Like you got more space in it, and like you can do more tech levels, and
Oh, cool.
it's definitely organized for like Earth, like just with people in general.
Okay.
I've had two characters that our main characters that I play. Both of them are magic types. My first one was a very like elemental earth wizard type. So she would grow flowers. Like every time she would visit someone, she's like, "Can I grow you a flower?" Or
Oh, so
if there
cute.
was like, or if there was like a plant or something in the shop and it was dying, she'd just use a little magic and bring it back to life.
Nice.
Like there it goes. That's better.
I like it.
It's lively now.
Reminds me of my mother-in-law. She can like turn any stick into a plant. It's amazing.
Yeah. So that was really fun, and then my more recent character, she's a mind wizard, so
Ooh.
she kind of hacks into people's brains and finds out all the secretive information and stuff like that.
Dang.
But it's kind of fun because it's like that's not even my only group now. Because like I do D&D now on Saturdays right after church with my EXP group.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's right. We do have an D&D XP group that anyone can join. So, yeah, that's awesome that you're a part of that.
Yeah, I decided to be a druid, dragonborn.
Oh, nice choice. That sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit of your faith story? How did you find God? How did he find you?
Well, I officially found God like twice during my life. I
Okay.
found him when I was younger. I actually grew up in an LDS church, Latter-day Saints, in other
Mhm.
words, because most people don't even know what LDS stands for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up reading like the Book of Mormon, stuff like that. Uh, and then I kind of, as I grew up and dealt with a bunch of sin and stuff like that, I kind of fell away from the church. Felt like I no longer belonged. It's definitely weird to, actually look back at like the Book of Mormon and be like, "Oh, that's not real." Like
Yeah.
it's a weird concept for me. Like, because I'm used to, because we would read it all the time, and they're like, "This is a real thing that happened." Like Joseph Smith is a real person, and I'm like, okay. I moved here to Arizona, lived here for a while, like a couple years, and then eventually I was forced into deciding what I wanted to do for a living. And that's when I chose to go back to massage school. Then I decided to go back to school again for aesthetic schooling, and if you don't know what that is for doing facials and making sure your
Okay.
face is
Okay.
all clean and
Yeah.
healthy and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so after that, uh, I was in a very bad accident,
Mm.
where I was driving a motor scooter and I was hit by a van.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, uh, and it was at that point in time when I was in the hospital, um, God reintroduced himself to me, um, just by, waking me up in that, accident. Like, hey, like, you're not just living here for yourself.
Mm.
Like you're also on like my mission for you.
Mm.
And um my brother actually had reached out to me because I was, in the hospital, just like dying because I'm like I can't get out of bed, like my hips hurt.
Yeah, that's no
It
joke
it
accident.
it hurts when I laugh, it hurts when I cough, it hurts when I sneeze. I can't breathe. Like
Ugh.
I can barely breathe without my ribs hurting. Like so and my brother was like, "Hey, since you're stuck in bed, you should check out Susie Live." Or I think at that point in time it was just Susie, but
Mhm.
you should check out Susie's channel. And I was like, "What Susie's channel? Like, what is this?" And he was like, "Oh, you should go to Twitch and check out this guy named Susie." So, I went online on my phone and checked out Susie, and he started talking, and I think he went into like some ramble about, helping people feel like they belong, and that everyone, everyone deserves to feel loved by Jesus. And I felt this overwhelming sense of belonging
Mm,
again, which I hadn't felt in like the longest time.
mm.
And then he talked about GodSquad Church. And then I joined, and I was like, yes. I'm like, yes, yes. Like, I think there was a few times after I joined the church when people at the end of church would say, do you know, is there anyone in the community like who's watching right now? Don't feel like you're pressured to, like, but if you'd like to, just, say yes. And there were a few different ones that I just was like, yes. Like, even though I had already said yes, I was still typing yes. I'm like, yes. I just will always type yes so that, there's at least one in the chat.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you mean this is when they're usually asking if anyone wants to believe in Jesus and follow
Yeah.
him, right? That
Yeah. Yes.
question. And you were
Yeah.
like, yes. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's cool to
Yeah.
hear how God just overwhelmed you and kind of brought you into his family and you felt
And
like you belonged because you
yeah,
do.
I think I've been a part of the church community for about 7 probably 7 years.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good long
I
time. You're
mean,
basically an OG.
yes, I am very much an OG. I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen the ups, I've seen the downs, I've seen, the church get thrown into turmoil and then come back, and I I think there've been a few situations where I had thought about leaving, but I just, like, in my heart, I felt like, I needed to just wait it out and be here for the church, for the community,
Yeah.
because I know that I still need God in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and everyone else, they need God in their lives, and a church is not a perfect place whatsoever. So
No.
the more of us that are there and encouraging each other and getting through the ups and downs, the better. Connecting each other to God.
GodSquad Church has definitely impacted my life by just bringing in some really great friends, and helping me open up a bit more, and be able to get to know people in a way I honestly thought I'd never, like, really, like, think to get to know people. Discord was just a whole new thing for me.
Mm,
I mean, I had been on some kind of chat form similar, but Discord was a whole different different circumstance for me. So to just see people in a chat room just typing out like, "Hey, is there anyone like who wants to play a game right now?" Or, wants to just get into voice chat and talk for a little bit. Like, uh, it was definitely uh, interesting
yeah,
because,
Discord is its own world, that's for sure.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, GSC has definitely impacted, like, my friend life. Like, I no longer just know people in Arizona or just know people in California. I now have friends, in Virginia. I've got people in Indiana. I've got people in Florida. It's like I've
Yeah.
got people all over, that, I've gotten to share my life with, and been able to help, and also, just be there for them in return. um,
Yeah.
because it's nice to have that, support system.
Definitely. Well, and obviously, if you accepted Jesus at service, that's a huge impact in your life for sure. So that's amazing. So are you what are you currently plugged into at God Squad Church? I know we had
Um,
kind of talked about the XP groups
yes, I'm
already.
plugged in. I'm plugged into at least one XP group right now, which is a D&D group. I've been plugged into a few groups where it's just all girls, where we just hang out and chat about the Bible, or sometimes we just talk about like service, or if something was said during service and we just really need to like go over that, then we go over that. It's been nice to be a part of just a separate group that's individual, has, so many people part of it, that just get together just to be like, hey, are you needing anything right now? Do you need any prayer? Like, what can we do to help you? It's definitely been really nice, to have XP groups like that to just reach out to, and the different changes that have happened with XP groups. Like, I feel like XP groups have grown so much with how much like we've added, D&D groups and
Yeah.
VR stuff, and I'm just like, I want a VR rig so I could be a part of that group.
Right? Me too.
I'm like, just so I know what's going on, because I feel like I'm like, I want to check it out, but I don't have my own VR rig.
Yes. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, one of our core values as a church is experienced community, and we put a lot of time and effort into our experience groups because it is the lifeblood of our church to connect people with things that they're familiar with, and they can find a common ground and just get to know people and then end up doing life with each other and possibly finding some really good friends through that. So I'm so glad you're a part of one.
Yeah, other than that, I also serve the church. I volunteer and I work with the prayer team. I help
Woo!
pray over people who put in their prayers. On Tuesday, I go in just before I leave my home. There's a few hours before I go to work that I spend time in prayer with God, just praying over people's prayers, and then trying to, either reach out to them, or lately we've been doing this whole thread situation where we just leave a kind of a note attached to the prayer, in the prayer section of the Discord, letting the person know, hey, I prayed for you, and giving either words of wisdom or kindness or whatever we feel in the moment that we should leave added to it. But yeah, and then other than that, I also every now and then I am in the prayer room. So you guys can catch me in the prayer room. If you Sometimes I sit all lonely for 15 minutes in the prayer room.
Yeah.
You, if you don't mind coming and talking to me, it's like I'm always there.
That's awesome. Thank you
And
so much for doing that.
yeah, and sometimes I've had a few people um reach out to me via DMs going, I need some prayer right now. And so I'll jump I'll jump in that prayer room and move people down once they join the waiting room, and be like, all right, what do we need prayer over today? Like, what's going on? So
Yeah.
um prayer's been a big thing uh lately. So
Yeah,
it's been nice to be able to support in that way and help pray for people.
for sure. Definitely. Especially since prayer is the most powerful thing we can do because we're going to the God who can do anything and asking for him to intervene on our behalf and our friends' behalf. So Thank you so much for being part of that prayer team. So, what would you say to someone who's on the fence about getting plugged into our community, whether they're brand new or if they're only going to services and they're a little scared to enter Discord, or would you have any tips for them?
I definitely would just, I'd let them know that everyone within the community is very loving, very supportive. So, if they ever do want to join the Discord, uh, like they don't have to enter a voice channel. I always like to let people know that a lot of ways that people kind of try to fill out the community or the voice rooms, especially with how many people join a voice room, especially after church,
Mm-hmm.
is that there's a few people that just enter and they don't talk. And that's because let they don't want to take over the chat room, but
That's good.
they want to wait till like maybe somebody says hi to them before they say anything. But uh, definitely it makes you feel uh, like you're in just this nice little group, and usually there's at least somebody in the group that's like, hey, like whoever joined, like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, SoulLux, like,
Mm-hmm.
welcome to the group.
Yeah. 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 And I would encourage you guys, if you are in those channels and you see someone pop in who's new, definitely just throw out a hi, make them feel welcome. But I would say, yeah, our church is pretty good at helping people feel a little welcome. So I agree. If the Discord channel scares you, which I was totally there when I was first in Discord, I'm like, I can't just join this room of random people.
Oh,
Um,
trust me, I'm sure a lot of people are like freaked out by the video chat
yeah,
room, where
yeah,
I think most of the people end up hanging out.
right,
And not even all of the people turn on their cameras, which is fine.
yeah,
And
yeah,
some people will go down there and they'll open up a game that they're playing. Like somebody will be playing Minecraft and they'll be streaming it through their Discord, showing
yes,
something that they built. That
yes,
reminds me,
which is so cool.
I've got to get on Minecraft and
Yeah.
and yeah, I have a tree house that I started and it's been a while since I got on, so
Oh, nice,
I
nice.
I should get on and
You should get
probably
in there.
probably work on that tree house.
Yeah, do it. I've never played Minecraft before, but it does look fun for sure. Um,
If you don't mind blocks and
yeah.
doing a lot of mining and breaking blocks down, like it
Yes.
can be fun.
Lots of building for sure. Yeah, it's so cool that our hangout rooms can be people who are just listening or people who are on video or not on video or streaming games. Like it can be a little chaotic in there. Um, but yes, definitely encourage anyone who's thought, oh, this could be a little scary to get into because we're all used to new people coming in and hanging out or being a little shy, and it's not like you're the only one that's just popping in there. So that is some good encouragement. I like it.
Yeah, and we even have a few people that, they don't use their mics at all. They chat in the chat. So
Yeah.
it's like a lot of times I'm like paying attention to like what I'm hearing and then also having to watch the chat because
Yeah,
they're
it can
they're
be a little much to like look around. You're like, wait, there's streams to look at and chat to look
Plus,
at, and then I'm
plus there's,
talking and I'm
there's
streaming a
somebody
game.
there's somebody else trying to talk, but you know
Yeah.
they're typing.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, you can do whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. There's lots of times I'll join a room and I'll just lurk. No mic, no camera. I just kind of want to be there with people. So yeah, it's true. Okay, lastly, I'm going to ask, is there anything that God is currently doing in your life that you would like to share?
Um, God is currently doing quite a bit in my life.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Good.
he has opened the opportunity for me to switch job locations. In fact, I just had an interview last this last Wednesday, so yesterday. Um, and I went in and did the interview, did my hands-on massage, and uh, then she like had to make a call and stuff like that, and I was all nervous. And
Ugh.
then she pulled me back into her office and had me shut the door, and she's like, she was talking to me about like letting me have like the days off that I had requested with my other job because my family is gonna go on a early Christmas vacation in early December. And she's like, I'm gonna hire you, but
Yay.
she's like, but you had asked for $20 an hour. I was like, okay. She's like, I can't do $20 an hour. And I was just like, I was kind of a little bit like stunned by that, but I'd somewhat been prepared for it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like I understand. I'm pretty sure my face fell a little bit.
Yeah.
But she's like, but I can do $22 an hour.
What?
And I just was like, wait, what?
You're like, what? I thought the number was going down, not up.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Oh man, that's so cool.
The other way that God has just been speaking or doing things in my life is I have met a really great guy. Been with him for a little bit over a year and a half. His online name is Blue Cradle.
Hey,
He
two
yeah.
blues? What?
Yeah, his username was Cradle by Death.
Okay.
And then after joining the church and being a part of the church, because he had to wait so long for Twitch to let him change his username after
Mm.
first creating the account. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm gonna change my username and I'm gonna put blue in it
Aw.
I because I want to test the theory that blues win the win the $10 gift card more often.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. And then he ended up winning it like once or twice.
That's
So
amazing.
I thought it was funny. So yeah, he changed his name to Blue Cradle, uh, and it's been one of the best relationships that I've been a part of or had. I met him online through just like a online dating app, and we just kind of started talking, and I had sent him like a couple of different links for joining into GodSquad Church or just checking it out. I'm sure you probably knew of Unworthy Seraph.
Mm-hmm.
My boyfriend had actually started listening to to GodSquad when he was doing the sermons,
Oh, nice.
when he had his like whatever length of like month I think it was that he was doing a few sermons
Yeah.
or whatnot. So yeah, he one of a few of them really touched him, and then I think he like ended up waiting till like his third service, and then he rededicated his life to God.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, he felt he was really touched by just the God Squad community and just by the messages that are preached. And now every Saturday, like we sometimes I go over to his house, sometimes he comes over to my place, and we just hang out and we'll listen to God Squad Church either, on his TV through the Xbox, or like we'll listen to it on our phones separately.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah,
That sounds like such a sweet time. And then you're growing in your faith and with God together, which
yeah,
is huge. That is
yeah.
awesome.
and and I feel like our relationship and our love for each other is just growing that much more just because we have just a similar faith and just being able to attend the same church together.
Yeah,
And
that's amazing.
I think he likes the fact that he can just, stay at home and watch it in his PJs.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to go anywhere.
Yep, that is the beauty of online church. Most definitely. Well, that's so cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing how God Squad Church has impacted your life and even your boyfriend's life. And it's so cool to hear how God is moving in your lives through this church. So I really do appreciate you sharing.
Yeah, and it's been fun because I've even gone to a few of our live squad cons when we
Good,
used to have
nice.
them. Yeah, when we used to have them live, I had actually gone to at least two of them uh, before they stopped doing it because of COVID.
Yeah, yeah. That's amazing. And how was your experience with SquadCon?
It was awesome. Sometimes I feel like it was way too short of a week.
Yeah. You're
Like,
like, no, I don't want it to end.
yeah, I'd literally start and there's so many different types of events and things going on throughout the whole thing that's like, okay, what do I choose to do today?
Mhm.
So it's like I'm like, can't we just like stretch it out longer so I have more time to be like, all right, I'm gonna do the VR thing today, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that tomorrow.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm so glad you were able to get yourself to a couple of those. It's a great
Yeah,
way
and
to because it's refreshing to see people in person
in
and
person, yeah.
yeah, for sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time with this interview.
Waymaker!
Waymaker! That's right. Woo! Yeah, have a fun, great rest of your Waymaker, guys.
Be a
And
Waymaker.
be a Waymaker. And we'll see you. You'll see Blue around in the community. You'll see me around in the community. So come hang out in the Discord and you'll find us there for sure. So bye.